is what I call the Batman building. AT&T building. See that? AT&T. Oh, camera steady. Sorry about that. And I pay them a lot of money, so that I help fund that building. So this is downtown Nashville. We have the Rolling Stones Rolling Museum to deliver. So that's what's in our wagon. Parts of the Rolling Stones Rolling Museum. And there's what the truck looks like today. She's still fairly clean. This is what's the day? Tuesday. We got her cleaned up on Saturday, right? Yeah, Friday. Got her cleaned up Thursday and Friday. Today's Saturday. She's still looking decent, so I think we'll survive till truck show next week. Okay, guys, we let's say we've been hanging out here in Nashville a couple days. I changed cameras, and hopefully the audio's pretty close. We picked up a load in Las Vegas, Nevada, brought it to Nashville, Tennessee. The contracted rate, let's see, it's right there somewhere. Had a rate agreement. I never move the truck without a rate agreement. Once I get the rate agreement, rate confirmation, I sign it, email it back to the broker. The agreed pickup and delivery times are there as well as the rate. So I agreed to those terms. Coming across about midstream, they changed the plan. You know, they changed the delivery from a Tuesday morning to Wednesday morning. That was okay. That's a delay of 24 hours, and that's a breach of contract right there. Okay, that's not what we agreed to do. So I asked for compensation, and they asked, well, what do you want? And I told them what my rate was, and they called me and they said, no, sir. The going van rates was like, let's say, 75% less than what I was asking for. I said, well, that might be in your world, but not mine, right? They don't have the right to set the rate and the cost of my equipment. If your refrigerator breaks, you call a refrigerator repairman. You say, hey, my refrigerator's broken. I want you to come and fix it. I'm going to pay you $20. You think he's going to come and fix your refrigerator? Absolutely not. He tells you what the rate is. He says, my service call is $85 and then so much an hour after that, right? So in the trucking industry, we as drivers, we sign all our rights away. And the dumbest thing we could do, the dumbest thing that we do is that when we call a broker and we book a load and we agree to their rate, we ask them, what's the detention time? It's wrong. They don't get to set, or they say, well, we pay $35 after 4 hours. Dude, it's my equipment, my truck, my downtime. I set the rate. So this is where we go wrong. So they send out these, this is a carrier packet. Everybody asks what a carrier packet was. There's all these pages, right? And all these pages have all these different things written. I mean, you sit here and read all this, and then you initial it, right? It's page after page after page covering the broker, right? So we basically are signing all our rights away as a driver, and we're the ones providing the service, okay? So we as drivers need to do this same thing. Have one of these drawn up, our own packet, each broker, send it to them, make them sign it, so we cover our bases. This is what we do, this is what we expect, this is what we expect from you, and this is our terms and our rates and our agreements, and anything that you fail to breach that, it's breach of contract, you know. So we need to protect ourselves. So basically, so then they changed my appointment to 1800 Wednesday. Well, that's 2 days downtime, because you can't pick up a load up after 1800. And so they're going back and forth. It took me 24 hours of negotiating, and they're like, "No, we're not going to pay that." I said, "Okay, I'm not going to deliver your load until I get a new rate agreement and meets my terms, and we agree." You know. And it took 24 hours. I'm getting stressed out here. I'm going to have to take this crap to a warehouse and put it in storage. Now this is truckload number 6 of the Rolling Stones Rolling Museum exhibit. They need this product. But they're not going to force me to sit here for 2 solid days without compensation. So so the way I set up compensation is my truck can earn an X amount of money per day. Let's base it off a 400-mile run, right? So you take that 400-mile run at X amount of dollars, you subtract the fuel, that's what my truck is going to clear. So that's what the revenue I see that I lost in 2 days on sitting here for 2 days. That's the rate I charged him, the revenue that I would have lost. And I provided him 3 or 4 rate cons of prime examples of money that I'm losing sitting here. And they're like, "Well, we're not going to pay that. Van rates are 75% less now." I said, "Well, not this van. I'm sorry." Now, when I was a company driver, or not company driver, but lease driver to like Landstar, I had no say, because at the end of the day, I've got to rely upon Landstar, right? But now I am the carrier. I don't have to worry about Landstar getting on to me or saying, "No, you must do that, or you're fired," blah, blah, blah. Who's going to fire me? You know, this is my truck, my equipment. I set the rate, not the broker. So guys, you need to learn that. It's your equipment. You determine the rates, not the broker. And grow some balls, that's what I say. Grow a set of balls, because these guys are, "Oh, well, we only pay $50 or $150, or van rates are $250. Dude, I don't know what world you're in, but not this guy, you know. And we always just lay down and take it. Say, "Well, okay, I guess that's all you do, that's all you do." Well, there's the problem. It's like paying $35 an hour after 4 hours detention. Well, that's just crap, you know. You set the rate, you demand it, or hey, the load stays on my trailer until we reach your agreement, you know. And so you got to be prepared to back that up. And so I was prepared to back it up. I would have took this junk to a storage facility, put it in storage, we go to court. It might be a couple of years, we go to court, they get their stuff back. If I lose, I pay the storage bill, right? And whatever. But if they lose and they pay the storage bill and they pay all my compensation. And I'm pretty sure they would have lost, because they breached the contract, and I'm pretty sure I could have won it. But the point is, we need our own agreements. You know, these carrier packs that these brokers make us sign, I mean, they got all the power. They take all the power away from us. We're the ones that should have the power. Like, so if you call a refrigerator repairman, or a bulldozer come out and dig a pond in your backyard, you say, "Hey, I want a pond dug in my backyard, but I'm only going to pay you $35 an hour," when his average rate's probably $85 an hour. He's got, good luck with that. And that's why I am with negotiating rates. I call and they said, "Well, we pay $1,200 to go to Texas." No, I do it for $2,000. You know, call the next guy, dude. There's too much freight out here to be hauling that cheap freight. And when you are the carrier, you got the control of your truck. You ain't gotta worry about Landstar or F2F or Travel Loco. You have the power. You don't have to worry about calling your boss or your company. Say, "Hey, they won't pay me $250. They don't give a rip. They don't care about you. They made their money. So grow a set. That's all I got to say. I grew a set. I stood firm, stood my ground, and I got my proper compensation. So I haven't burned anything. But I kind of broke even, I guess. Probably could have made more money, but we reached an agreement. They realized I wasn't going to back down. And at the end of the day, they need their stuff so the show can go on. Don't let them hold you hostage, guys. Don't let them control you. Be the man. That's what I got to say about that. Be the man.